Salute everybody. Happy Friday, riders. Happy Friday and happy holidays. I hope everybody had a blessed Christmas. I know a lot of y'all was happy because y'all was off, huh? Now y'all like, damn, holidays are gone. Shit's over with. Kids still running around, tearing up shit, toys everywhere. You know, riding their bikes, they scooters, they power wheels. Yeah. Hey, Samal, what's going on, sister? Happy holidays. Hey, Barbie. Hey, Time Warp sis, sweet honey sis. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research educational purposes. Man, I got to start going live more. Can't take too many days off. Hey, Alicia, what's going on, sis? I hope you're feeling better. Hey, Goddess sis. Hey, Stephanie Webb. Hey, Tam Diva. How was your holidays? Let's get that out the way. How was your holidays? Even if you don't celebrate Christmas, everybody was off. Everything was closed. I don't know. I was outside yesterday. Me and Shank went to breakfast. It was beautiful. The night before, man, look, the NBA game was everything. I was pretty fucked up. Pretty fucked up for my birthday, which it was supposed to happen like that. You know what I'm saying? Got to go shopping, get some stuff that I wanted. And guess what? I wasn't really even into it. I got my Timberland boots and I got my skirt to go with my bodysuit, but I didn't even wear that, y'all. I think I'm gonna wear that for my let me see if this is it. I gotta show y'all my bodysuit. I think it's here. Maybe not. And I got the skirt to go with it. It's so pretty, y'all. That's why I got my nails the way I got my nails. Yeah. But I said I'm gonna wear it for New Year's. I'm gonna wear it. Oh, this is the skirt. This is the skirt, y'all. This is the skirt. And it's got a whole bustier bodysuit, guys. Yeah, but this is the skirt. And I didn't get the word. I don't know, y'all. I was all over the place. I was so hungover on my birthday. I don't know. I don't know. But I was all over the place. Yes, I got it from Juicy Body. I want to show you the bodysuit, Alicia. Give me a second, y'all. While y'all pal up in here, give me a second. I think I got it. I don't know. I don't know why I put my bodysuit. I'm always misplacing shit. Always. How I don't know. Yeah, I have misplaced my bodysuit somewhere. I have misplaced my bodysuit, and I don't know where. I I gotta find it, but it's super cute. I don't know. I gotta keep up with my shit, y'all. This is horrible. This is horrible. But anyway, I got the bodysuit to match it. It's really cute. But anyway, y'all, my fat ass gotta quit moving around so much. Hey Kiki, what's going on? What's going on? I am for New Year's. Yes. Hey Pula, what's going on? Did you have a good Christmas? Okay, let's get to it. So a couple of months ago, Melodee Buzzard's um, mother was seen at a store, and they kept saying, "Is that Melodee?" To me, it wasn't. It was an older girl. You know what I'm saying? It just didn't look like the little girl in the picture. But Rain of Fire had did a live, did a reading of Melodee Buzzard, and I want y'all to hear it before we get started. And this is what I honestly believe happened. I don't believe that the mother um did that. I believe she sold her child. I do. I really honestly truly do believe that she sold her daughter. Let's get to it. This is what Rain of Fire had to say about Melodee Buzzard.
Alright guys, so there are two missing children that are missing. Have been missing for weeks. One is 9-year-old Melodee Buzzard, and the other is Gabrielle Terra Lorge. I hope I didn't butcher her name, but she's 10 years old, and she's been missing since June 2025. The one thing that they both have in common is shitty moms. Moms that didn't give a shit about them. I don't care. I said what I said. Because if they care.
And I'm gonna try to look it up about Gabrielle too and keep updated with that. I'm gonna try to find her dad and see if I can get some updates and stuff like that. Try to get him to the show and stuff because I'm still my heart is still kind of cold about Gabrielle as well.
They would be helping the police, the authorities find their child. Instead, they are not cooperating. So I'm going to do a reading for both of them. And I'm hoping that I find them both alive. I'm hoping and I'm praying. So first I'm going to do a reading on Melodee Buzzard, then I'm going to do a reading on Gabrielle.
Bluetooth.
So,
see if I can get a little
first
louder.
focus on Melodee Buzzard. Every time I see...
Connected.
Every time. I see her with this man with dark hair. And he has a hat on. He has this blue or grayish hat on. And the only thing that I see is a picture, like an image of them going inside of a store or something. And maybe it's going to come on the news later, but that's what I see. This for Melodee Buzzard. I see her riding in the back seat of this car with this man. The man is driving. Headed north. There is a purplish bag sitting next to her. In the front seat, there is a woman. In the passenger side, there's a woman. She's somewhere where the mountains are at. I see her traveling. She's traveling. I see. She's trying to. Are they trying to cross a border? I don't see she's dead. She's not dead. Not yet. She's not dead. But this is more like she was sold. Like.
Rain of Fire said it seems like she was sold in her vision that she seen, and she said she seen her in mountains, and they did find her in Nebraska. That was strange that she said that a couple of months ago, and they ended up finding this baby in Nebraska. You get what I'm saying? So I want to see what they say about Melodee Buzzard. She says she's seen her in the car with a woman and a man. She feels like the mother sold her to these people. And I feel like that too. I really do. I think that's why they don't have a weapon and stuff because the mother's been back for a while. And when they questioned her, she didn't want us to talk. And to me personally, I always said that I feel like when they don't cooperate, lock them up. You get what I'm saying? Hey, Big M. Hey, Rhapsody. I seen you come in as well. Hey, Nisha, sis. What's going on? Happy holidays. Steffi Jean, I see you come in. Rhapsody, I see you come in. Happy holidays to you guys. But I just feel like when they don't cooperate, they're hiding something. And, y'all lock them up anyway without bodies, don't they? Hey, Mary, happy holidays to you, love. They lock them up, right? Without murder weapons, anything. So when you got a mother not cooperating, saying anything, hey, SRT, happy holidays, not saying anything, she can just walk free to now y'all find the body in Nebraska where Rain of Fire said she it's like she's up in the mountains, and that they was traveling with the baby, and some more shit.
Like she's being trafficked because now I see more girls. I'm in this room. The carpet is like dark brown. It's not fluffy. It's like a very old, rundown, hard carpet. And there's other girls sitting, age 12, 10. There's little boys. I hear a dog barking. There's a gate. The dog is on a chain. The thing is, Melodee, she's not scared. She's holding like this bear. It's like she knows her mother is coming. Like this, it's like she knew this guy.
Happy holidays.
And he takes her and he says, he takes her to her own private room with the TV and stuff. I see Virginia. Virginia. This is the place they stopped in Virginia. Okay. Now there's this man coming in to see her. Big guy, because he has a belly. It's like they are gradually bringing people in to meet her. Men.
Man, I cannot wait to hear what the autopsy has to say based off of what Rain of Fire was just saying about her being trafficked, potentially being trafficked, and some more stuff. And seeing other little kids there as well. I hope her case brings out a lot more than what we're getting right now. I'm just glad that they found her remains and stuff. But these mothers are sick. They're sad. Happy belated birthday, Miss Parker. Love you. Don't forget, I was in the hospital. I was doing much. Okay, good, Tammy C. Good. Good and prayers to you. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay. I understand. Hey, Passion B. Happy holidays to you, sister. I think California has DP, but not sure. However, I hope she don't get off on mental illness. This was premeditated to the fullest. I agree, Mary. I believe so. Mary, do y'all think, how do y'all feel about Rain of Fire saying she think that the mother, got her trafficked, like she sold her? You know what I'm saying? Because I honestly believe that was the case. You know, why she came back, like, you know what I'm saying? Probably asking, like, y'all not gonna hurt her and stuff. No, we got her, you know what I'm saying? And sent her on her merry little highway. She was highway to hell, baby. She was highway to hell. And when they had that picture, let me show y'all the picture that they had of Melodee. And I don't care what they say, that was not that little girl in that picture. But what I do believe now, since listening to Rain of Fire, I believe that one of those people that one of those people that she sold her to is one of these people in the picture. I definitely believe that. Let me see if I can show y'all this picture. Now this is the Melodee that they want us in on the picture on the screen. Now that girl in the jacket looks nothing like Melodee at all. Could have been another kid. I got questions now, about the picture of the kid in the store. You know what I'm saying? Why do they feel like that was her? I just don't feel like that was her at all. There's something about that picture that creeps me out, and it looks like an older woman that was on drugs. That's exactly what it looks like. Here goes one. And I'm sorry, it might be a kid to y'all, but I don't know. I don't know. Y'all tell me. I don't see it. I don't see it, but I could be wrong. You know, hold on, y'all. Trying to. Okay. Thank you, Time Warp. Thank you. I do have a YouTube goal, you guys, of 10. If you guys don't mind helping reach that, it starts at 99 cents. And I'm fine with 99 cents. I can get some candy, 10 boxes.
Speculation could interfere with an active investigation and potentially harm those involved.
Oh, hold on, y'all. Let me get it.
For more than 2 months, The disappearance of 9-year-old Melodee Buzzard haunted a nation. What began as a missing child case in Southern California quickly grew into a story filled with unanswered questions.
But that's funny that you say that, Mary, that she's been gone since way before, because I kind of touched on her way before October. Um, and I think even Rain of Fire said June. Um, but I want to say that she's been gone for longer than October. Thank you, Rhapsody. I really do. Goddess, am I mistaken that? Hey, Yolanda, what's going on? Happy holidays to you. Noel, happy holidays to you too. Um, Goddess, am I mistaken that Melodee's been gone before then, or I don't remember.
Unusual movements across state lines, and a community desperate for the truth. As investigators searched for clues, the case drew national attention, with many wondering how a young girl could seemingly vanish without a trace during what was supposed to be a simple road trip. Now, authorities say that search has come to a devastating end. Following a complex, multi-agency investigation, officials announced a major update in the Melodee Buzzard case, revealing evidence that reshaped everything the public thought they knew. Tonight, we break down the confirmed timeline, the key developments, and what law enforcement says led them to their conclusions. In a
Thank
case
you.
described as deeply tragic and impossible to forget. The Melodee Buzzard case began as what many believed would be a short-term missing child investigation.
They said even when the police went to arrest her, guys, that she had no emotions. They said she had no emotions, nothing like, okay, a little over 2 months. Okay, so you're right, a little over 2 months. They said she had nothing. She didn't cry. This woman didn't do nothing. She look at it in court. There's not y'all. Let me tell y'all something. They find my baby 9, and I got a 9-year-old granddaughter. They find my 9-year-old granddaughter unalived. I ain't gonna contact, like, I don't even know the emotions I would feel, but it definitely be emotions there. Like, they couldn't even get nothing out of me. That's when they wouldn't get nothing out of me, is around that time. You get what I'm saying? The fact they still let Ashley walk in time around this is wild to me. And just let me say my son missing one day of school. They call Murray. You heard me when she didn't want to cooperate at all. That's what got me. I said, so how do she get to be out of jail and this girl is missing? Nowhere in sight. Y'all didn't get her for truancy of school or anything. Y'all could have got her on that just to hold her. They're gonna have to admit me to the Alicia for
Melodee, a 9-year-old girl from Santa Barbara County, lived a quiet life largely out of the public eye. That changed suddenly when she failed to return home in early October. At first, there was confusion rather than panic, but within days, concerns spread rapidly through her school, her neighborhood, and eventually across the country. School administrators were among the first to raise alarms. Melodee had been enrolled in an independent study program, and when she stopped participating without explanation, officials followed mandatory reporting procedures. This step triggered the first formal contact with law enforcement. What
so
investigators encountered next would immediately complicate the case and slow early efforts to locate the child. When deputies visited the family's home in Vandenberg Village, they expected routine answers. Instead, they were met with silence and resistance. According to authorities, Melodee's mother declined to provide clear information
the
about her
nose is
daughter's
even
location.
different.
This lack of cooperation.
Look at this. Look at these faces, y'all. What do y'all think? Do y'all think that's Melodee? And y'all can be honest as possible. That does not look like Melodee. Your nose, let me tell y'all something. Your nose don't change. Your nose just don't change. Your face might, you know what I'm saying? But the nose, baby, switching license plates, renting cars, just to, yes, yes. Cause I ain't gonna lie to y'all, if I sat there, and this is no disrespect to the family, I thought it was just another bass head that was with her. If that is Melodee, I apologize. But I thought that was just somebody that she rode with. You know what I'm saying? Like that was on the same shit as her. You know. And when they said that's Melodee, I was like, no, that's not. Like, you know what I'm saying? And Melodee clearly has this color to her. You know what I'm saying? That she's has another nationality in her. You know what I'm saying? But that's me and Cardi. October 11th. That girl is too tall and the face is different to me. That's not her. It is Melodee. Her mother was starving her. Oh, Murray said that is Melodee. Her mother starving her because everything changed. Um, I need some close ups. I really need some close ups of her. She said these pictures never matched her age. And yeah, Murray, I think you really, I get that starving and all of that, but it ain't gonna change your whole persona. It's just really not. You get what I'm saying? Not at all. It does not look like a girl. It looks like a male. I noticed a lot of these cases are around that time. She said that's so sad. Yeah, Murray, I really wish you kind of go back and evaluate this. And I'm not saying your looks don't change as you get older, but this is too distinctive of a whole different look. It's these are two identical different looks of people on here, and I don't believe it. And I'm not taking away y'all believe in her, but these two right here, no ma'am, no ma'am, no ma'am.
Raised serious
My
concerns
opinion.
and pushed investigators to consider that the case might involve more than a simple misunderstanding or delay. As days passed, relatives from Melodee's paternal side began speaking out. They said they had not seen or heard from the child in weeks and feared something was wrong. Family members described Melodee as cheerful, gentle, and deeply loved. Their public pleas added urgency and brought emotional weight to an investigation that was quickly gaining momentum. Community response was immediate.
Even as she gets older, look at that nose, y'all. That starving is it's gonna change your appearances and a little sinking in, but I need the family to upload more pictures as she got older. I can't go with that gas station picture. I'm just sorry. And that's just my opinion. Everything here is alleged. Her 9-year-old picture looks like they put her face on another body. It doesn't even look like her face, Alicia. You know what I'm saying? It really doesn't. Not what I seen and stuff. And y'all can go on Facebook and kind of put what you can together because it doesn't really even give me a clear vision. But that right there was the clearest up close and personal I had got with the little girl. And I can't say that. Let me take it back a little bit because they said it seemed like more than just a misunderstanding.
Or heard from the child in weeks and feared something was wrong. Family members described Melodee as cheerful, gentle, and deeply loved. Their public pleas added urgency and brought emotional weight to an investigation that was quickly gaining momentum. Community response was immediate. Neighbors posted signs, organized informal gatherings, and repeatedly asked one question: where is Melodee? These gatherings were not confrontational, but reflected fear and frustration. Many believed that public pressure might help generate answers. Social media amplified these efforts, turning a local case into a national discussion almost overnight. As the investigation expanded, detectives began reconstructing Melodee's recent movements. They learned she had left California on a road trip with her mother earlier in October. At first glance, the trip appeared spontaneous and loosely planned. But as evidence was reviewed, investigators noticed patterns that did not align with an ordinary family journey. Records showed the trip covered multiple states in a short period of time. Surveillance footage and transaction data suggested repeated stops and changes along the route. These findings prompted authorities to widen their focus beyond California. The case was no longer and its visibility. One particularly troubling discovery involved changes made to the vehicle used during the trip. Investigators reported that license plates were altered and later switched back. To detectives, This suggested deliberate actions rather than coincidence. Each new detail added to the growing sense that this case required careful, methodical review rather than quick conclusions. Another unusual element involved changes in appearance during the journey. Surveillance images showed Melodee's mother wearing different hairstyles at various points. Authorities would later say these changes raised questions about intent, though they emphasized that conclusions would only be drawn after all evidence was examined in full.
Hey Bella B, happy holidays. Hey Tasha Briscoe, happy holidays to you, sister. She said, I took a deep dive into this case. There are so many wrongs, twists, and turns. It's wild. Mary, I would like to hear your thoughts about it. She said, have I seen the press conference? I haven't. I was going to look into it today, but I came across this video and wanted to look into it. It's my first time watching it with y'all, this video here. That's not her nose at all. The person in this picture has a thinner nose. Yeah. Mary, what kind of twists and turns did you come up with? Because, after her Rain of Fire say that she had a teddy bear and things like that. And this girl right here gives me more of a, and I'm not saying it ain't her, but this girl gives me more of a 11 or 12-year-old, a 12 to 13-year-old girl between 11 and 13. This does not give me a 9-year-old child. And I'm not saying 9-year-olds aren't tall anymore, because Nate is tall. You know what I'm saying? But this gives me so much of a preteen look. Or whatever. She said, thank God for the people who were out taking pictures the day she was found, or Ashley would still be out walking free. Yeah, she was definitely walking free with no care in the world. Yeah, this one definitely looks older than 9. And I'm not saying kids don't, but it's just weird.
Despite these concerning details, there was still hope that Melodee would be found safe. Search efforts continued across multiple states, with tips pouring in from the public. Law enforcement carefully evaluated each lead, aware that misinformation can spread quickly in high-profile cases involving children. As October progressed,
and still look at those missing flyers and stuff. That little girl in that picture, again, does not look like Melodee Buzzard.
Federal agencies joined the investigation. Their role was to assist with data analysis, travel reconstruction, and coordination across state lines. This escalation signaled that authorities believed the case carried serious implications and required resources beyond those of a single county. Search warrants were executed at the family home, a rental vehicle, and a storage unit. Investigators emphasized that these actions were standard procedure and necessary to establish a complete picture of events. Evidence collected during these searches would later become central to understanding what happened during the road trip. Meanwhile, the public continued to watch closely. Online discussions multiplied, with many people attempting to piece together timelines on their own. Officials repeatedly urged patience, reminding the public that speculation could interfere with an active investigation and potentially harm those involved. For Melodee's relatives, the waiting was agonizing. They described living in constant uncertainty.
And she was found in Utah, y'all. Let me get that straight. I said Nebraska, but she was found in Utah. Someone said, so how horrible. How does one unalive a child, let alone their own? Heartbreaking developments have now been confirmed in the case of 9-year-old Melodee Buzzard. Authorities have announced that the human remains found in a remote area of Utah have been positively identified as Melodee. She's been missing since October, after last being seen on a road trip with her mother. I'm going to have to see this. She said no picture was taken of Melodee by her mother since this one we see. 3,500 trip in one day. Just crazy. That's why I feel like it was more involved in this case than just this.
Holding on to hope while preparing for difficult news. Vigils and prayer circles became common, serving as spaces for collective grief and solidarity rather than anger. By early November, investigators narrowed their focus to specific segments of the travel route, particularly areas where Melodee was last confirmed to have been seen. Surveillance footage near the Utah-Colorado border became a critical reference point in the timeline, helping detectives estimate when events may have changed direction. Authorities stated that cooperation was inconsistent throughout the investigation. When answers were not provided voluntarily, detectives relied on physical evidence and verified records. This approach, they said, required patience and persistence, but was essential to maintaining the integrity of the case. As weeks passed, concern shifted toward the possibility of a tragic outcome. Still, officials refrained from public conclusions, emphasizing that their responsibility was to follow facts, not assumptions. Each development was reviewed, cross-checked, and documented before being added to the official record. In early December, the investigation reached a critical turning point. News arrived from another state that would fundamentally change the direction of the case. What had begun as a search was now moving toward answers that no one wanted, but many feared were coming. Law enforcement prepared the family and the public for an update, acknowledging the emotional weight of the situation. Officials described the case as deeply affecting for everyone involved, including the investigators who had worked tirelessly since the first report of Melodee's absence. Part 1 of this story ends here, at the moment just before confirmation replaced uncertainty. In the next section, we will examine the discovery that brought the search to an end, the evidence that followed, and how investigators connected every step of the journey back to the center of the Melodee Buzzard case.
It was also, they were saying that that's Melodee because something happened at the store, at that exact location, at that gas station, that she was chastising Melodee allegedly, and something happened at that gas station with during the mother and the child's altercation. Something happened. She was saying some horrible things to Melodee or something in the store right here in this picture.
In early December, the Melodee Buzzard investigation reached a turning point that investigators had quietly prepared for, but deeply hoped to avoid. On December 6th, a couple traveling through a remote area of southern Utah stopped to take photographs along a rural highway. What they encountered that would soon be reported to local authorities, setting off a rapid chain of interagency communication and forensic review. The location was in a sparsely populated part of Wayne County, an area known for wide open land and limited traffic. Once officials arrived, the scene was secured and preserved according to standard procedure. At that moment, authorities did not release identifying details, stressing that confirmation would require careful scientific analysis rather than assumptions or public speculation. Then, county officials notified law enforcement partners in California after preliminary indicators suggested a possible connection to an active missing child case. This communication triggered immediate coordination between agencies that had already been working for weeks to reconstruct Melodee's last known movements during the October road trip. Forensic specialists began the process of identification using established protocols. This included DNA comparison and review of existing records. Investigators emphasized that these steps are deliberate and time-consuming, designed to ensure absolute accuracy before notifying family members or the public of any conclusions. Several days later, officials confirmed that the remains discovered in Utah were connected to Melodee Buzzard. The announcement marked the end of a long and painful search.
Do y'all think that her mother trafficked her? Do you think let me say this. Do y'all think the mother sold her to someone? And this, with the search going on, still the ongoing search for Melodee was just too much heat for the people to bear, whoever had her, whoever bought her and stuff. Kiki said yes. And that's what I think. I think it was like, it was just so ongoing of a search still for Melodee that it was just too much heat to keep her around and stuff. I don't think her mother just said her, boom, pow, pow, and that was the end. I really think her mother sold her off Samad said yes. Not 1 foot on the ground for her daughter, taking down all the where are Melodee signs, just so much more. Yes, give me a little more. Her stuff's going to federal. Yes, give me a little more, Murray. So she was taking down the signs. Murray said she was taking down the signs of Melodee, and I think she was. I think she was, not because of what she did, because her actions of where I think she sold Melodee off. And this was the outcome. It was just too high. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's going to be so much more when the autopsy comes out.
Replacing uncertainty with grief. Authorities acknowledged the emotional impact of the confirmation, both for Melodee's family and for the investigators who had followed the case from the beginning. Law enforcement stated that the discovery site aligned with a portion of the route taken during the October road trip. This geographic connection became a critical element in understanding how events unfolded after. Melodee was last seen on surveillance footage near the Utah-Colorado border. Attention then shifted to physical evidence gathered earlier in the investigation. Items collected during searches of the family home and rental vehicle were re-examined in light of the discovery. Officials explained that evidence often takes on new meaning once timelines and locations are confirmed. According to authorities, forensic analysis linked materials recovered in Utah with items found during previous searches. This connection strengthened the overall case and provided investigators with a clearer sequence of events. Officials stressed that such links are established through laboratory analysis, not circumstantial interpretation. As these findings came together, investigators briefed prosecutors and prepared the next legal steps. The focus remained on evidence integrity and documentation, ensuring that every conclusion could be supported in court if charges were pursued. Meanwhile, Melodee's relatives were notified privately before any public announcement was made. Family members later described the moment as devastating, saying that hope had slowly faded over time. But the final confirmation still felt overwhelming. Community members in Vandenberg Village and surrounding areas gathered quietly after the news became public. Vigils and prayer circles formed not as demonstrations, but as expressions of shared loss. Many residents said they felt connected to Melodee through months of searching and waiting. At a press conference, the Santa Barbara County Sheriff addressed the public with a measured tone. He described the case as deeply tragic and acknowledged the dedication of investigators, who continued working despite limited cooperation and deliberate obstacles encountered during the search.
And I think the mother knew. I think that's why she traveled so far with young Melodee. I think the mother knew who she was selling her off to, and that's why she's not cooperating. She was never cooperating with these people. She said, "Wow, this is so sad on every level how some of these people do their children." Absolutely, Samai. Kiki said that big ass wig she had on, she was probably jealous of her daughter. Could be. Kiki, it'd be amazed. You'll be amazed how women are actually jealous of their kids more now than often. I heard folks be selling their kids on the black market in for Oregon. Yeah, I do. Something strange about this. You know what I'm saying? And stuff. And when you deal with people like that, your life is in danger as well. And I just feel like there's more to this story. I want to find the press conference. Hey TT, what's going on? Happy holiday, sister. Let me find the press conference and see what he had to say, because something in my spirit just ain't sitting right with Lil Melodee. Buzzard's case. It just isn't. And I hate this for her. I hate this for this baby. It's so sad. And it's weird because they got it in court. Because I want to show y'all this picture. This is what. Let me show y'all this picture. This is some strange stuff. Because she's in a wig, right? You know you can't wear a wig in court, but that's her right there getting arrested, the mom. How do we go from that to you got curly hair? What's happening? Because nobody looks the same. Nothing. Nothing. Sheesh. We'll do the press conference after I finish this one, but oh man.
Officials stated that evidence pointed to actions taken after Melodee's disappearance that were inconsistent with an ordinary family.
Yeah.
These actions, investigators said, would become central to explaining how the case unfolded across several states in a short period of time. Law enforcement emphasized that the case was built step by step, relying on verified records, forensic results, and documented movements. They reiterated that conclusions were based on facts gathered over weeks, not on public pressure or online speculation. Following confirmation from forensic testing, investigators moved quickly. Early one morning, Melodee's mother, Ashley Buzzard, was taken into custody at her residence in Vandenberg Village. Authorities stated that the decision was based on substantial evidence collected during the investigation. Officials clarified that the arrest marked a transition from search efforts to legal proceedings. The case would now move into the court system, where evidence would be reviewed under judicial standards rather than investigative ones. At the same time, authorities acknowledged unanswered questions, including motive. They stated that while evidence supported the arrest, some aspects of the case would likely be addressed through the legal process rather than public briefings. Investigators also addressed the emotional toll of the case. Many described it as one of the most difficult investigations of their careers, noting the challenge of balancing professional responsibility with the human impact of the outcome. As media coverage intensified, officials urged the public to rely on verified information. They warned that rumors and speculation could cause further harm to those grieving and potentially interfere with upcoming court proceedings.
Now, has she in her makeup on, blushed up, hair just, because that ain't the same picture we got. Now, what the hell is going on? Because if something happened to me and I go in right now, and I got to take all this out. All of this right here got to come out. Regardless how I do it, it's got to come out. Ain't no makeup or nothing. Why don't any of them look how they look in their photo? Come on, Chrissy Cakes. Come on, Chrissy Cakes. No, nobody's matching around her. No care in the world, none. I'm confused. I'm so like, y'all find the remains for what? To have the mother come in and get herself dolled up after finding her baby shot up to death. Like, I just don't understand this. I really don't. I'm getting confused by the day with these cases. Hey Jeanette, what's going on? Happy holidays, love. Facts. Okay, come out looking like Luther Vandross and shit. Girl.
Meetings. Part 2 concludes with the moment when the search for Melodee ended and a pursuit of accountability began. In the next section, we will examine the legal process ahead, the court timeline, and how...
That's the person they got coming out the house. Now, y'all goddamn tell me. Now, I don't give a damn what nobody's saying. This the same lady. How did she get her wig? You know what? I'm fixing to stop covering these cases. Cause I'm not about to sit up here and keep racking my brains on this bullshit like this. This is diabolical. I mean, I know my ass get high sometimes off my weed, but damn it, I ain't high today. I ain't drank in a couple of days. She lost her first daughter. Then Melodee was adopted. Then they turned around and gave her back to Melodee. Okay, Murray, let's stick there for a minute. Where is her first daughter? Because I was going to ask you that. Did she have any more kids? How old is the first daughter? Where is the first daughter? Is a good question. She said that's a whole Chucky doll. Hey, Deborah, happy holidays to you, sister. These people be playing in our faces. This case is along with Miss Parker. She's 23 now. Now that you saying she's 23, right? That girl at that gas station gives me that. You know what I'm saying? She gives more of a, I could see a 23-year-old in that girl. Versus a 9-year-old, that was not Melodee. And who the fuck is this? From the woman that was just sitting by that attorney to this right here coming. That's why I said, when I said, well, who is this they arrested? Who is this? Because that don't look nothing like the woman that's sitting right there next door, next to that man in that chair sitting down. Now, there's a lot going on, and I don't know what for. What's really going on in court? She looks like Rick James, and now she looks like Florida Evans. I'm lost. Come on, who? I ain't great even play this shit because this is getting so crazy. She said, no way, these are the same people. So when do we start getting wigs and shit? And makeup? She's trying to say that's Ashley with no wig. Not Florida Evans. Pooh's crazy. But it's the truth. I get everything Pooh's saying because you know what? Fuck it. It's them. Shit.
This case continues to resonate far beyond the communities where it began. With confirmation completed and evidence reviewed, the investigation entered a new phase. Early one morning, authorities moved to take Melodee's mother into custody at her residence in Vandenberg Village. Officials said the timing reflected careful coordination among agencies
tell me,
to ensure the
do that look like a 9-year-old or a 23-year-old? I'll wait, and I just want honest to God opinions. Forget what we think we know at the moment. Do this look like a 9-year-old or a 23-year-old with this hood on? I was going to ask, I wonder if she had any more kids. I was going to ask that. Hey, Detroit, happy holidays, sis. What y'all think? Give me some answers, y'all. Come on, y'all. What y'all think? Hey, T-Lady, happy holidays. 23. Okay, so mine said 23. This one in this hoodie looks more of a grown person than a 9-year-old, for sure. And now it is starting to make sense. That's why I thought it was, and I'm just being honest. She said 23-year-old about a face. Hey, Erica, happy holidays. This looks like an old, absolutely. And it makes sense, Murray. You might have to go back and start over, honey. Because one thing's for certain and two things for sure. I look at everything. Miss Shayna said 23 for sure. Absolutely. Looks like a grown addict. That's what Jennifer, I said no disrespect to the family, but I thought it was somebody that was on the same shit that the mother was. You know what I'm saying? Coming in the store. But she does favor them, the mother and the little girl. I can't say that, but everything's different. You can starve me, but my nose ain't great to change a whole shape. My face might sink in, but you know, you'll still know that's Miss Parker. She said that's no 9-year-old at all. At the face, it's too mature and hard. Yes, it is. She said this is why I said the pics do not match, not even the mom. Shit. Now, could this be the 23-year-old? Yes. And this is where I said it takes a turn. She said, look at that facial feature. Absolutely, Erica. Absolutely. Not even when I lost my weight, my nose was still, every time. Even when I wasn't this big, my nose ain't changed. She said, yes, they got all that Mr. Moon chin. Who's Mr. Moon chin? If y'all found out, the police definitely knows too. Yeah, Miss Shayna, I agree. This is definitely not a 9-year-old in this picture. We can dig through a lot. We can been covering this from the beginning. You have to know how to differentiate and stuff. And this just is not a this just not a face of a 9-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Um, at all. I I wonder if um I wonder if the 23-year-old is involved with the mother now. How involved is she with the mother and things like that? If they know the whereabouts of her and stuff around this time, because I guarantee when this case blows up, it's going to blow up. I don't know who she's talking. I think you're talking to me, Deanna. If not, I don't know, but I do. So I just deleted you. Um, but anyway, Melodee's father was unalived in 2016 in a motorcycle accident. And I understand that. I'm sticking to strictly the kids, Mary. What about the kids? What about the 23-year-old? What's her involvement with her mother and stuff like that? Because this gives me a 23-year-old in this picture. It doesn't give 9 at all.
Process followed legal standards and preserved the integrity of the case. Law enforcement emphasized that the decision to make an arrest was not sudden. It followed weeks of analysis, forensic review, and cross-checking of records tied to the October road trip. Investigators stated that each step was documented and evaluated before moving forward, underscoring the seriousness of the action taken. After being taken into custody, suspect was transported to the Santa Barbara County Northern Branch Jail. Authorities confirmed she was being held without bail while awaiting formal court proceedings. Officials avoided discussing details that could influence the judicial process, noting that the next phase would be guided by the courts. The sheriff addressed the public shortly after the arrest, describing the case as one of the most difficult his department had faced. He acknowledged the emotional toll on investigators.
Y'all saying this to
and
mama.
reiterated.
Come on, y'all. Somebody tell me something. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you. Hey, Short Stacks. Somebody tell me. Look at the mama. Where did the sister do the interview at, Mary? Let me see if I can find it. She said it is the mother. Yeah, but it don't look like nothing like her with a full set of makeup on. Mm-hmm. This is some crazy work. And I see the family spoke out a month ago. I'm gonna check that out too.
That their responsibility was to follow evidence wherever it led, even when the outcome was deeply painful. Prosecutors began preparing for an arraignment in Santa Maria, where charges would be formally presented. Officials clarified that an arraignment is a procedural step, not a conclusion, and that the accused would be afforded full legal rights as the case moves forward. Authorities also addressed earlier incidents involving the suspect that had drawn public attention. They explained that previous legal matters were unrelated to the disappearance investigation and had been resolved separately. Investigators stressed the importance of focusing on verified facts connected to this case alone. During press briefings, officials acknowledged that questions about motive remained unanswered. They stated that while evidence supported the arrest, understanding intent is not always immediate and may emerge through court proceedings rather than public statements. For Melodee's family, the arrest marked a complex moment. Relatives expressed grief rather than relief, describing a sense of finality that came with the end of uncertainty. Vigils continued, with family members and supporters choosing quiet remembrance over public commentary. Community leaders urged compassion and restraint, reminding residents that a child had been lost and that the legal process was still unfolding. Many emphasized the need to avoid speculation, particularly on social media, where rumors had circulated throughout the investigation. Investigators reflected on the challenges of multi-state cases involving children. Coordinating records, surveillance, and forensic results across jurisdictions required constant communication and patience. Officials credited interagency cooperation as essential to reaching a resolution. The sheriff highlighted the role of evidence in overcoming obstacles during the investigation. When cooperation was limited, detectives relied on physical findings, timelines, and verified data. This methodical approach, he said, ensured that conclusions were grounded in facts rather than assumptions. As the case entered the court system, authorities confirmed that additional details would likely emerge through filings and hearings. They cautioned that not all information could be shared publicly, especially when it related to evidence that would be reviewed by a judge. Legal experts noted that high-profile cases often unfold slowly. Court schedules, evidentiary reviews, and procedural motions can take months. Officials prepared the public for a process that would require patience and respect for judicial boundaries. The case also reignited broader conversations about child welfare and oversight. Advocates pointed to the importance of school reporting systems, community awareness, and timely follow-up when children disappear from regular.
And that's what I was trying to understand about them arresting her. The baby ain't been to school in over 2 months. She's not even cooperating, so they could have got her with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna play the sister's interview real quick, y'all. I want to hear what she had to say really quick. This the half sister of her. I want to hear what she's gonna say. Said half sister breaks shocking truth no one expected to hear in the Melodee Buzzard case, and this was 12 days ago.
If my dad was still here today, he would be out there searching for her until he found her.
And now, it falls to those of us left behind to pick up the pieces, to ask the questions no one else seems willing to ask. What would you do if your little sister disappeared and the people who should have answers, authorities, caretakers, the adults in her life, kept you in the dark? Would you sit quietly and hope someone else solves it? Or would you speak out and carry the burden yourself? This isn't just a story to watch and scroll past. Every click you make earns itself.
Let me see. Criminally obsessed. Let me look up. Criminally obsessed. And see the age progression photos here that they have don't even look the same.
Still here today, he would be out there searching for her until he found her.
What would you do if your little sister just...
Hold on.
She's been keeping tabs on this as well, correct?
Correct.
So, take me back, Corinna. When did you first find out something was wrong and that Melodee wasn't around?
So, this happened the same day that she was reported missing. The Child Welfare Services gave me a phone call. They asked me if I knew Melodee's whereabouts, if I've had any contact with Melodee or Ashley. I did not know at the time that she was a missing person. As
she said, Murray said Ashley went through some crazy stuff when she was younger, even made the paper with her story. Is just insane. What happened? What's the story behind Ashley?
As soon as I got off the phone with them,
this the half sister.
Maybe about like an hour later, there was a report made that she was missing all over social media.
And so you found out the same day as basically the report started coming out.
Correct.
And what was your relationship to Melodee? I mean, you were her half sister, but were y'all close? Did you get to see her very much?
I didn't get to see her as much as I'd like. The last time I seen her was in November of 2020. She would come over to my grandmother's house and I would get to see her there. We'd spend time together.
Why did you go over to your grandmother's house to go see her?
Well, any opportunity that I can get to see Melodee, I would.
And what? And was it like a better, like, was it more like a neutral ground, as it were, like as opposed to going over to Ashley's house? Did that make things easier?
Yes.
And okay, so take me back, if you don't mind. I'm just going to backtrack a little bit to when your father passed away.
Mm-hmm.
It was when Melodee was very, very small, right?
Right.
And tell me, can you talk to me about what happened to your dad?
Yes. So actually that morning I got to have breakfast with him. And I went to work and got the unfortunate phone call during my shift that he passed away in a motorcycle accident.
Do you know anything about what happened with that motorcycle accident? How it all occurred?
No, I don't.
You don't? You just heard that he had been in an accident?
Right.
And tell me, were you close to your dad?
I was.
I'm so sorry. I lost my dad when I was little too.
Right.
And I know that it can be really, really hard. Was he close to Melodee as well?
Oh, yes. He loved Melodee.
And tell me what he said about Melodee. What do you remember?
He was so excited to have another child. She meant everything to him.
And how did he end up with Ashley? When did that happen?
I'm not sure how they met. There was a day where we met her and he introduced us to her.
What was your impression of her?
She was very quiet. Yeah, there was a day where we all went to Six Flags together. Me, my dad, and Ashley, and she was very quiet.
Yeah. And I mean, were you aware of any issues with Ashley early on, that there may be some mental health issues?
Yes, I did hear that she did have some mental health issues, and when I first met her, that she did have it under control, but then things started changing over time.
So it sounds like
Kiki, that makes sense. Kiki said the mama cut the brakes on the cables of Melodee's dad's motorcycle, correct? Is that what you're insinuating? And that's allegedly and stuff. And Melodee, I think it is a lot of twists and turns and stuff, but I hope they don't try to use the mental illness as a reason and get her off on insanity or something like that, because man,
it's been like not quite 5 years, maybe 5 years or so that you haven't seen Melodee. Why did you stop seeing Melodee?
We were no longer having that opportunity to see her. We were told that she was adopted by a family and they did not want.
File free in the app if you didn't file with us last year.
So she said Melodee was adopted and that they didn't want the paternal family to be involved. So how did Melodee get adopted only to be given? Because I don't understand that. How do I adopt a kid? Because adoption is different from somebody foster caring for your child and stuff like that. Adoption means I have this child. This child is mine. Now she's saying that the mother got the child back. So I'm trying to understand that she wasn't nothing but 9. So how did she get adopted out? And they get to even make those kind of decisions versus now the mama got it and exactly Ashley got her back. But how? That's crazy to me. How did she get her back if she was adopted?
Contact with Melodee.
She was adopted by what family?
So Ashley had a friend who had custody of Melodee for a little bit, and we were told that they had adopted her.
Who told you that?
My grandmother.
But Ashley has been keeping her.
Well, she was in the care of the Child Welfare Services. So she was in foster care a couple of times.
Okay, so she goes into foster care, and then your grandmother hears that she's actually been adopted out.
See what I'm saying? She's got the same questions. And why did foster care allow Ashley to get her back? Another failed, like, that's what I'm saying. And the woman got the same questions. If she's adopted out, there's no way Ashley got custody of her. You know what I'm saying? There's no way Ashley got her back. The system let her have her daughter back, but I think it may have been an open adoption.
Right.
But then I guess things got reversed at some point, and she was given back to Ashley. Do you know when that was?
I don't. They did not tell us the specifics of that. But yes, she was given back to Ashley.
And I guess this kind of ties together, from your understanding. Does this tie together with her mental health issues?
Yes.
What kind of mental health issues are we talking about? Do you know?
I do not know. What I have heard is that she has tried to commit suicide, taking pills before. So I'm not too sure, like, what exactly it is that she has.
And tell me about when you were with Melodee. How old was she about when you got to spend more time with her?
She was about 5.
5. What kind of child was she?
She is a very happy child.
Yeah, I mean, that smile is unbelievable.
Yes, she's always smiling.
And she, as far as your relationship with her, you're a lot older than her. How was your relationship? Talk to me about how you sort of saw Melodee.
Well, I do have a daughter that is a year younger than her, so I did see her, like, as, my sister, and she would play with my daughter, and they would just have so much fun together.
Yeah, it was almost like you were like a young mom to her in some ways, it sounds like.
Right.
Well, Corinna, talk to me about what's going on. You find out you haven't been able to see Melodee because you're told that the adopted family doesn't want you to be involved with her, right? That's the first message that you guys get, you and your mom.
Right.
And then you get the message that Ashley has her again. Did you try and reach out to Ashley about Melodee, or did your mom, do you know?
So we were never informed that she was back with Ashley. We didn't know until the day that CWS called us and started asking questions.
Wow, so she was given back to Ashley, and y'all didn't even know that she ended up back in Ashley's home.
Right.
What did you think when you started putting these pieces together, that she wasn't even with the family that you thought she was with?
I was very, like, all this time I could have spent more time with her. There's a lot of, like, regret,
The family, have you been able to talk to this adopted family that was supposed to have her?
No, I don't know them personally.
I'm going to drop this link. I want to do more updates on this, guys. I really want to look more into this. It sounds like, and I think we're going to have more to come. Thank you, Ruth. Thank you. Happy holidays to you. I'm on one, and Ruth. Happy holidays to you guys. I want to know how it goes from adoption and they take your kids twice out of your care only to give them right back, knowing you're suffering from these mental problems? And also, why did they take the kids in the beginning? I don't know if the sister is going to elaborate more, but before we come back to updates, let me give y'all this link so y'all can go catch this video too. And when we come back, that way you guys won't be as lost listening to it, because it's one thing to see it on your own, you know what I'm saying, than listening to it with me. I want to go listen to the rest of this, look into some more. This is Criminally Obsessed. I put an S instead of a D. Let me correct it. And I'll delete that one. And y'all, let me tell y'all something. If she didn't talk then, y'all think she's great talk now? Do y'all really think that the mother is gonna talk now if she didn't talk then? She said it's a lie. I see. Are we certain that the person on the call did not have nothing to do with this? That's the sister, that's the half sister. That's her dad's Melodee's dad's daughter and stuff. She was just giving an interview and stuff like that. You know, like you find somebody in a family and you're like, hey, do you mind coming and talk to me? Type of thing and stuff. Because I want to find the sister myself and I want to ask her some questions too. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't believe this. It's a lot of stuff off with this. CPS, of course, not shocked at all. Nothing is shocking me about CPS and how they're doing anything with Melodee, like how they did anything with Melodee. She gets adopted, yet that's not adoption to me. Adoption is when you take the kids and they're yours. You know what I'm saying? How did it get reversed after taking her twice? It shouldn't even have been a twice, if you get what I'm saying, and giving her back because now I fought the CPS. As we always do. We have to fight the CPS every time. Because that's who keeps putting these kids in the position until they're dead every time. CPS is involved every time. Now she's gone. Can we blame the mother for showing us who she is and that she's not capable of raising children? And for them to take her and put her in a home where she's okay, to take her out and she's gone. They are always dropping the ball, Samad. Hey, Miss Sharon, how you doing? Happy holidays to you. Why wasn't she allowed to go with the grandmother versus a friend? I never heard this type of shit that they do. It's like it's set up like that. It honestly is. It's almost like the CPS sets the kids up more than the parents set them up for failure. Hey, Mo J, happy holidays. Y'all get what I'm saying? Because there was no reason for her to be adopted. And did they take her before the adoption? Did they take her before that or after? Now I need to know, did they take her before or after that? And what made them give her back? Because they always put out this old fake ass case planning for the parents. I say that because, hell, we can all stop getting high for a little bit. We can all go get the counseling. I adopted my grandson and it was a closed adoption, okay? Exactly what I'm saying, Mary. So what's going on with this picture that y'all leaving out? Let's not talk about Murray. Let's talk about everything. See, that be their thing when they tell the story. They want to leave a lot of shit out. They don't want to talk about the CPS. They don't want to do that just yet. See, we need people like the half sister to come and talk and do it. Thank you, Ruth. I appreciate that. CPS is definitely a joke, Selena. Definitely a joke. CPS is at fault, but so is the judges that rule the situation. CPS are sometimes absolutely. I believe that. Fauna, I believe that. I believe that. I definitely agree. I agree with that 100%. But why do they leave that part of the story out? We know that come on, man. Ain't no normal person just wake up and say, daughter, go with me. We great take a road trip and put our gun in our purse and other things. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking her life today. Now that is coming out per the sister-in-law that she was in CPS custody. Now CPS want to call and ask her questions. How y'all call and ask her questions when y'all ain't even let her get the kid? Y'all ain't even let the grandmother of theirs get the kid. Adoptions are achieved two ways. TPR, termination of parental rights, or parents surrendering their rights, but neither can be reversed. Okay, Moj, let's stay right there. She said, but neither can be reversed, right? Saying that once she's adopted, she's adopted. Correct, Moj? Once she's adopted, she's adopted. She's theirs. Correct, Moj? Because something is wrong with this picture. Because I've never heard of that in my life. I've never heard of this. So some shit got to start making sense because this is beyond anything I've ever heard right here. And I want to hear from the 23-year-old. I would love to hear from the 23-year-old sister. I gotta see her. She said adoptions are final. Let's go, Moj. Adoptions are definitely final. I don't know. I never heard of me being able to adopt a kid only for the kid to be go back. Look what happened to Gabrielle. He was adopted by the uncle, and then the mama took him back. Yeah, that's true, Murray. It is true. And well, now was he adopted out? Because I thought the grandmother and the grandfather just let him go stay with the uncle. I got to look back into it, but I'm pretty sure baby Gabe was given to the uncles per the grandparents. You know what I'm saying? Saying that they could provide more for him. Now, I got to look into it, but I really don't remember the uncle and them adopting them. You know what I'm saying? But definitely, I know they had them. I just got to look more into that. I thought the grandmother and them had custody of him, and I understood that the mama come back to the mom and the daddy, give me my kids, and that's what they did. Because I think that's what happened. Because I think she was saying she didn't want gay people raising her kid, and that's why Gabriel went back to the grandparents. And then upon them going back to them, she came and said, "I'm taking my kids." I don't think they ever fought against it. You know what I'm saying? Whether they had custody is what I'm saying. I don't understand this. There's something wrong with this picture. Definitely the CPS is wrong as fuck. Even if they was following the judge's orders, the grandmother and the sister-in-law need to look into that and definitely need to see who the judges and stuff was on this case. They need to see, and she said she don't know the adopted people. She just said that. I dropped the link in the chat for y'all to go look it up and stuff like that. So we can come back and, because I really want to get in touch, see if I can find these people and stuff. I want to talk to them myself. I get that we see the interviews, but when I got questions, I want my own set of questions. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, tell them to go look into some stuff. Go look into that judge. See what they said. You know what I'm saying? Because it's more to this. How did she lose her kids twice? And then she gets adopted out and she gets her. How did her friend get her versus the grandparent? You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make sense. Why wasn't the granny able to get custody? So something's off. Okay? I don't know what it is, and I gotta find out more now. I'm more into it now than I was ever.
The contact. Law enforcement reiterated that mandatory reporting by school officials played a critical role in bringing attention to Melodee's absence. Without that initial report, investigators said the timeline could have been even more difficult.
And it still go to y'all, what about truancy? Do they not have truancy there? Because I know you don't send your kids for 30 days. Hey, you going to jail. You're going to court. You're in and out of court, period. This is almost what? This has been going on for 3 months almost.
To reconstruct. As national attention continued, authorities thanked the public for sharing information responsibly. Tips from citizens helped confirm movements and eliminate false leads, allowing investigators to focus on substantiated evidence. Officials also acknowledged the emotional burden on those working the case. Many described it as a reminder.
And when the hell do you get to get a wig and makeup to go to court? Somebody tell me, because they had me a hot motherfucking mess. Then I don't know what's going on in their little city, but damn, if they get you right, don't they? They get you right. You unalive your child. We getting you for murder, and baby, you can come here. You need your makeup. Okay, you good wig. Which wig you want? Okay. All right, you want your wig? Okay. What? Every time I used to go to jail for my petty thefts and shit, they made me take her out. They made me take my hair out. Now, y'all seen her get arrested with none of this. She didn't look like this. Peter Cottontail, whatever her name is, did not look like this. That's why I got confused. Like, wait a minute, who's getting arrested then? Because that's not her. Now she gets to come to court and she's together. Like, how the fuck do you murder your child and get to come to court and get yourself together? And Ashley was getting a check for Melodee, for her father all this time, and Melodee was going. I'm not understanding how she was getting anything if, like, that goes back to the adoption. Something is wrong in this picture. It just is, y'all. It's something missing. But look at this picture. Then y'all go back and see when she got arrested, what she looked like if y'all missed it. And y'all tell me, am I missing something?
Why investigations involving children require both professionalism and empathy, even when outcomes are devastating. The sheriff concluded his remarks by emphasizing accountability. He stated that while no legal outcome could undo the loss, the justice system exists to determine responsibility and uphold the rule of law based on evidence. For the community.
Where's the jumpsuit? She got a whole purse. She got a whole purse. Now, what the fuck is happening, y'all? I ain't never known you to go to jail and be able to come out, get your makeup, your hair done, and get to carry your purse. Now, hey, where is this at? I might need to move there if I want to commit crimes and go in and be okay. She getting Martha Stewart treatment, ain't it? Hell, I don't even think Martha Stewart looked this glammed up. But how she get her purse? She got a whole purse on her shoulder. What the fuck? I mean, I guess I get different spaces. Maybe it's the new generation we're living in. Y'all know a lot of shit's changed, I guess. Now you can carry your purse, you know what I'm saying? She was arrested for unlawful imprisonment. And she got off on that charge. Oh, okay. What was the unlawful imprisonment when she went missing? Hey, Fonny, you heard me? Gotta be. Even if she got for the unlawful imprisonment and man, look. So y'all got her for unlawful imprisonment when she went missing and let her out. Only to rearrest her. It doesn't make sense. She said guardianship can be reversed. An adult who knows the child before CPS was involved can agree to gain legal guardianship. The parent can get the child back, show proof of occurring. But they said she got taken twice, Moj, is the crazy part about it. So I want to know if she got taken before that time when she went and allegedly got adopted, or that time, because once you get taken twice, I don't think you need to go, like, what was she having, what was she taken for? That's, I want to know now, Moj, what she was taken for. She held her friend in her home with the foot in front of the door with a box cut in her hand. That interview was up too. So y'all got the kids going in a home, back and forth in a home of a suicidal mother who held somebody with a box cutter. Multiple situations where the kids was taken. Hey, bro, what's going on, Will? Drop your link, Will. Y'all make sure y'all go follow my bro, Will Illy, okay? I liked your holiday alive. I loved it, Will. Great job. Keep up the good work for 2026, okay? The kids taken out of the house multiple times. She said then a few days ago arrested for the death of Melodee. It ain't making sense. I'm gonna stick with Fauna on this. Everybody knows everybody. It's only one sheriff, and yeah, everybody knows everybody. I'm gonna agree to that, Fauna. Yeah, cause this her y'all. Sorry, no, I ain't going. I ain't going.
The case left lasting scars. Residents spoke of heightened awareness and a renewed commitment to looking out for one another, particularly for children who may be vulnerable or isolated. Part 3 ends as the case moves fully into the legal arena. What began as a search has become a matter for the courts. While the memory of Melodee remains at the center of a story, it continues to resonate far beyond the place where it began. As the legal process moved forward, authorities made clear that the case had entered a new and more restrained phase. Investigators stepped back from daily briefings, explaining that future developments would come through court filings rather than press conferences. This shift marked the end of active searching and the beginning of judicial review. Officials reiterated that the arrest did not represent the conclusion of the story. Instead, it signaled the start of formal proceedings where evidence would be examined under strict legal standards. Prosecutors began organizing documentation, timelines, and forensic reports gathered during months of investigation. The arraignment in Santa Maria was expected to be procedural, focusing on charges and rights rather than detailed testimony. Legal experts noted that such hearings are often brief, offering little narrative closure for the public.
Hi, Moj.
Still, they represent an important step in moving a case from investigation to adjudication. Authorities emphasized that some information would remain confidential until presented in court. This included specific forensic findings and investigative methods. Officials said these limits were necessary to protect the integrity of the process and ensure a fair trial. Public reaction continued across California and beyond. Many people who had followed the case from the beginning expressed a mix of sorrow and disbelief. Online discussions shifted from speculation about Melodee's whereabouts to reflections on how the case unfolded and what warning signs may have been missed. Community leaders in Vandenberg Village encouraged residents to focus on healing rather than blame. Gatherings became quieter and more reflective, centered on remembrance instead of demands for answers. For many, the sense of collective loss lingered long after official updates slowed. Melodee's relatives remained largely out of the public eye. Through brief statements shared by advocates, they asked for privacy and respect as they processed their grief. Supporters honored those wishes, recognizing that public attention could not ease personal loss. Authorities acknowledged the role of the public throughout the case. Tips, shared observations, and attention helped investigators confirm timelines and rule out false leads. At the same time, officials reminded viewers that responsible engagement is critical, especially in cases involving children. The case also drew attention to the challenges of monitoring independent study and homeschooling arrangements. Education officials clarified existing reporting requirements, noting that schools play a vital role in identifying prolonged absences that may signal deeper concerns. Advocates for child welfare pointed to the importance of early intervention. They stressed that no single system can protect children alone and that communication between schools, families, and authorities is essential when something appears wrong. Law enforcement reflected on lessons learned from the investigation. Multi-state coordination, they said, requires both speed and precision. Delays in sharing information can cost valuable time, while premature conclusions can undermine trust. Officials also addressed the emotional strain on investigators. Working cases involving children often leaves lasting impacts, even for experienced professionals. Departments emphasized mental health support for those involved in prolonged and difficult investigations. As media coverage gradually declined, some feared the story would fade from public memory. Community members countered this by maintaining memorials and continuing quiet acts of remembrance, ensuring Melodee's name would not be forgotten. Legal analysts explained that the coming months could involve motions, hearings, and evidentiary reviews that receive little attention. These steps, though less visible, are critical to determining outcomes within the justice system. Authorities urged patience as the process unfolded. They reminded the public that
Right.
justice is measured not by speed, but by accuracy and fairness. Rushing conclusions, they said, can compromise outcomes for everyone involved. The case also sparked renewed conversations about how communities respond to missing children. Many residents said they felt more aware and more willing to speak up if something feels wrong, hoping that awareness might help prevent future tragedies. Officials reiterated that while accountability is essential, it cannot restore what was lost. Their focus, they said, was on ensuring the legal system functions as intended, guided by evidence rather than emotion. For those who followed the case closely, the aftermath brought reflection rather than closure.
It is.
Questions remained, but the confirmed timeline provided a clearer understanding of how events unfolded. Community organizations began discussing long-term support initiatives, including counseling resources and child safety education. These efforts aim to transform grief into action that could benefit others. Part 4 closes with the recognition that the Melodee Buzzard case extends beyond one investigation or courtroom. It is a reminder of shared responsibility, the importance of vigilance, and the lasting impact that the loss of one child can have on an entire community. As this case moves forward through the legal system, it leaves behind more than headlines and timelines. It leaves a community changed, families forever affected, and a reminder of how quickly concern can turn into loss.
I agree 100%. I think when this story unfolds, it's gonna be so much. Happy holidays to you, Curl. Happy holidays to you. I think it's gonna be so much to come out of this and stuff than we know. I believe it's deeper than she just traveling and just, oh, I'm gonna take my daughter's life today. You know what I'm saying? Do I believe she struggled with mental illness and stuff? Yes. It could be Melodee's father, you know what I'm saying, having a good man in your life, wanting to take care of your kids. But they said she does have an older kid that got taken away before, the 23-year-old. So, it's just a lot. Was she taken away when Melodee was taken away? I got questions now, you know what I'm saying, with the judicial system. I just do. And I know we have questions of this setup. This it's all set up to fail. It really is, y'all. It's all the judicial system we are seeing is set up to fail. Like, I don't want to keep listening when somebody died. I don't want to keep waiting till these kids die to hear what the fuck unfold. It shouldn't shit unfold when CPS is involved and y'all taking the kids out for what? And then y'all saying she's suicidal. She did all of this with weapons and stuff, and the kids are back. You know what I'm saying? It was part of it. They say she went downhill more after his passing. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But it would the judicial system. Every time one of the kids die, we're here. Now they want to talk about how shit unfolded. It shouldn't nothing be unfolding but clothes. when it comes to the kids, not their lives, how their lives got taken. This shit's crazy. Every story we do when it comes to one of these kids, let's talk about how everything got unfolded and y'all was in bed. Here we got judges, like I said, the social workers got to go in front of a judge with the case planning and everything. With the decision, do you think they could go back in the house? The judge asked that. I know from a friend, and me being in court on Zoom with my friend, that it's a judge involved. Now we have a 9-year-old missing for nothing. Never should have been returned home, OJ. Never. Melodee should have never been back. To be pow-powed multiple times. Body found way away from home. She done traveled around the world and Y'all know where she is now that the baby's dead, but y'all couldn't keep track of her ass when y'all said the baby was missing. That's crazy work. Ain't it? Exactly. The children are innocent and are the next generation. Why are people never been returned, OJ? Yes, we testimony and show all effects to ensure the children are safe. Man, OJ, bruh, I'm just saying, y'all. These stories keep getting to where the kids are dead, and it's every time they in the custody of CPS. Every time. Pay attention, y'all. Every time the map leads back to the court. To the system. Every child's case that we've covered. Not a one of them didn't have CPS involved. And who we blaming? We not keep blaming. No, we're blaming the CPS. We have to stand up to this shit. This shit has to stop. Man, salute to y'all. I appreciate y'all for pulling up. I will be bringing updates. I actually want to get Bree on this case with me. I hit Bree up. I want to see when she's free. I'm actually going to give her a call too. I want Bree to bring Bree up to give me a little closure with this case. I think Bree would be excellent on it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Rain of Fire for doing her updates on it as well. Also, catching up with Gabriel Turlong and see what's going on with her situation in New York City. Fatalities lead to arrest of all assigned to the case. And that's how it should be everywhere. That's how it should be everywhere, Moj. Man, I'm sick of it, y'all. But I'm going to see if I can bring Bree on. See if Bree can bring us some closure to this case with Melodee. See if she can bring a little light to the situation and stuff and give us a little bit more answers that we need from a spiritual realm type, and see what we can come up with that. I appreciate everybody that donated to the channel. Again, make sure y'all go follow my brother Will Illy. Make sure y'all follow my baby Shank Rock. You know what I'm saying? And make sure y'all go check out Criminally Obsessed. Finish watching the sister-in-law's interviews. It's a couple of more interviews that's on there. Y'all can watch the press conference and everything else. Also look up the story of what happened to Ashley's funky ass and her mother. You know what I'm saying? Another generational curse being passed down. Dig deep, Miss Parker. I promise you will be heated. I'm pretty sure I will be. Mary, I'm pretty sure I will be. Man, I wish y'all nothing but the best. Bringing y'all New Year's in. I will be back. I got a lot of stories I want to uncover. Of names I want y'all to remember, stories I want y'all to remember, as well as Melodee, as well as Kata Scott, as well as Naziah Harris, Janiah McMichael Rogers, people like Jamaria Sessions, her story. All these cases have CPS involved except for Kata's, but all the rest of these stories have, Kata Scott does go around the judicial system, because I forgot about Keon being involved in the same exact thing, kidnapping and so much more. You know what I'm saying? So I want y'all to look into that too. I forgot all about that. RIP Kate. I do apologize, baby girl. But all of these cases have CPS. Tianda and Diamond, the one I did the story on. You get what I'm saying? It's always CPS involved in these mothers leaving their children in the hands of the wrong man, or just leaving their children, neglecting their children in other aspects. And that's what we see: children get neglected in other aspects, and they get in the short end of the stick with a judicial system behind them. Until next time, you guys, enjoy the rest